have we got to the point where deer numbers in parts of the UK are overwhelming us? Are we now part of the problem and not the solution? For the moment, recreational stalkers such as Tim are the home guard, the dad's army if you like, but in a good way. Collectively, we manage the UK's deer for free, but there are only so many a single stalker can cope with. Thanks to COVID, the UK deer problem has supersized.
Beautiful evening, Mr. Pilbeam.
Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. So, yeah, this is on a new property we've acquired because they've got far too much deer and they can't cope with it themselves. So, both Kai and myself have been asked to come along and see if we can lend a hand anyway. So, it's a small holding, 80 acres, but they're surrounded by woods. They're in the middle of lots and lots of huge woodland. And the first time we came here, we saw 250 deer, which is completely bonkers. So anyway, so we've shot, I think we've taken about 6 off here so far. It's proving quite tricky because the way the land is, it all kind of goes downhill, but there's no backstop. There's kind of woodland behind these fields. So whenever we shooting downhill, I've got no backstop, and I've had quite a few kind of blanks because I just couldn't get a safe shot. Seen so many deer, but didn't get a safe shot. But that's hunting for you.
4 stalkers are now looking after this ground. It's a team effort. Remember, there's no I in Hunter, but there is in Tim and in Hike, which is what we're using tonight, alongside Tim's other bits and pieces. Now, before we go any further, a bit of admin. We want to make sure we pronounce this brand name properly. Just as the Finns call Sako, Hike can be pronounced Hike or Hick, so you won't upset anyone. With that cleared up, let's talk gecko. And while we are in acronym hell, there's always QUE.
Going lead free again tonight?
Yeah, lead free. We're using the Gecko Zero in 308. It's 136 grain bullet, so quite an aggressive bullet. The front part of the bullet actually fragments, and the rear part of the bullet just drives through the animal.
I remember that one, yeah. It's a different box, it's thrown me, that's a new box.
Yeah, new boxes, they keep on changing the boxes anyway. So yeah, so quite a violent bullet, ideal for head and neck shots. But
it's where excitement starts, Tim.
What do you mean?
Read the box.
Oh yes, yeah. shaking, got buck fever already. Oh. This is the QE binocular holder. I just find it very, very good. I just tighten it up around my chest, and even though I'm crawling on my chest, it holds everything there. So it's just one of those things I've actually kind of favour at the moment. Got a bit of dust here to check the wind anyway, so got a bolt-on bit there as well. So, but no, it's just a bit of kit we use.
With your fanny packs as well.
Oh yeah, we got the whole works here. So in my fanny pack, as David called it, I've got gloves, I've got protectors, I've got a bipod, my thermal sits in there, and I've got a head torch, and I've got a rifle cleaner just in case things go wrong, and some knives as well. So it's all there, out the way. So if I'm crawling along, it's not hindering my manoeuvrability.
How do you crawl? Just show me the crawl again.
There's that wiggle. That's what I need to do is hopefully get up that high seat. So if you look around there, David, it's about 10 foot in the air. And we'll somehow get up there. And we have one slight problem is we've got David. We've got David trying to get myself and David up that high seat. So I think I need to have a bit of a think here because that ain't going to work.
Right, another take.
Anyway, let's see what we can do.
David manages to get up the high seat but clears the field. That was just a coincidence apparently. Time to explore the rest of the ground and discuss what's to be done with all these deer.
So all these 3 fields here go down and it's very hard to shoot. Does this deer problem need to be dealt with professionally? So companies go in and just take these deer, and some people, some estates are saying that recreational stalkers are not effective enough. Quite controversial, but a lot of recreational stalkers are taking a few for the pot and for their friends and everything else, and they're actually not getting the numbers. So therefore, there's pressure on private individuals who've got companies who are professional deer stalkers to go out and get the numbers. So that may be a change in the future, which is a shame in some ways because I'm a recreational deer stalker, and I don't go out there to get lots of numbers. I just get my few, which keeps me happy and my friends happy, and that's the way it is. So it's a shame, but if you're a big estate and you are obtaining grants for preserving woodland and you've got deer pressure, there's no answer. You've got to get rid of the deer. 2 years of COVID, meat prices are on the floor as well, so it's not happening really, is it? Which is a shame. Don't move, David.
Tim has only had the HIKMICRO Lynx Pro LH19 for a couple of days. The reason Hike sent him this one is because it's the thermal optics company's best seller, possibly because the price is something people can justify.
The beauty of this is actually it's so small and it's ergonomically brilliant. 4 fingers, 4 controls, and I can flick in between the 3.
Are you playing a flute?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is simple as that, and I'm on record still, which is quite nice. It just seems to be very easy, and also it's very, 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 very easy on the eye. Now I like the one zoom because the field of view is so wide, so it allows me to scan a bigger area, especially in the woodland, which is rather good. So, for a entry-level thermal, at the moment I'm quite impressed with it really. It hasn't got all the bells and whistles, but actually, as I keep saying to people, what you really need, you can spot a deer out to maybe about 850 metres. Well, that's plenty far enough, for goodness sake. And that was so that this deer I'm looking at the moment is 100 metres away. That's pretty clear. So what more do you want out of your thermal? And it's so easy to just pop it in your pocket when you don't use it.
How much is it?
And I think it's around about £1,200 retail. So, it's just a really quite.
Prices are coming down, aren't they?
Yeah, the price of these thermals, as we know, coming down, and the processes in these hikes are, they are, what people don't understand is that actually the processing and the sensitivity of the sensors is actually equivalent to other brands which are a lot more expensive. So these guys have really got it together. So yeah, at the moment it's a pleasure to use, put it that way. And so it's a shame we can't see any more deer at the moment.
To add insult to injury, the neighbouring field is covered in deer. We are out of light and luck.
The amount of times you go out and you draw a blank, it just shows you how hard deer stalking is, and that's why perhaps landowners and the natural England are getting a bit frustrated because we're not effective enough, perhaps. So, and I think that's and also I think what Kai and I tend to do as well is we work together. So therefore we won't actually stalk together. We move around and we just move deer around, and we find that's probably the most effective way of actually managing deer, and just push them around a bit nice and steadily. And we communicate on the phone, whatever, and that's probably our best way of guaranteeing to get some more beasts on the ground.
To find out more about the HIK or Hike optics range, go to eliteoptical.co.uk.